Hi, I'm Rebecca Vanook, the Executive Director of LibraryReads. This is a quick tutorial to show you how to use Edelweiss and NetGalley to find titles to vote for LibraryReads. Now, if you need more information on voting for LibraryReads in general, please head over to our website, which is libraryreads.org, and under the Participate tab, we have special instructions for library staff. We've got voting reminders. We've got a frequently asked questions page as well, which is really helpful. And we have some screenshots on how you vote. Here's Edelweiss, for example. Here's NetGalley. And I'm going to show you those websites in just a moment. But I wanted to let you know we've got all these links here and all kinds of tips and tricks. So the biggest thing that you need to know is, do I have to sign up with LibraryReads in order to vote? And no, what you have to sign up for is either Edelweiss or NetGalley, or both. It's okay if you make a mistake and vote for a book twice, one on each service. We'll go ahead and edit that out when we get our data, no problem. But you do need to register yourself as a public library staff member in the US in order to access the free advanced reader galley copies and place your votes. So, what's so important about that is you don't have to be an MLS librarian. You don't have to even have the word librarian in your job title. You simply have to be working at a public library in the United States in order for your vote to count. And I'll probably say that several times in this video, but it's because it's so important that that's your status. So let's say you've already got an account, you didn't know you could vote. Check your profile to make sure that it says you work in a public library. Maybe you signed up a long time ago, maybe you signed up as a book blogger or a book reviewer. In order to get the proper screens and buttons to vote for LibraryReads, your account has to be affiliated with a public library. Now, one thing that we get asked a lot is whether or not you have to have downloads in order to vote for them, and you don't. If you get print copies from publishers, whether it's from conferences, other events, or mailings, you can place your vote through either service. The biggest thing you'll need to know, however, is if you're using NetGalley, you will have to download a title into your account in order to vote for it. I will show you that in just a moment. It doesn't mean you have to download it onto a Kindle, doesn't mean you have to read it that way. So if you're not an e-reader, don't worry, you can still just use your print copy to read, but it has to be there in your account to get to that vote screen. In contrast, using Edelweiss, you can vote for any title that has a record, whether you've downloaded it or not. So let's take a quick look at each of the websites, and you'll see how easy it is to find books and vote. So here we are at NetGalley. I'm actually going to go to the home screen here. I'm already logged in, but you can see they know the kind of books that I like to read. And that's because when you sign up, you can pick different genres, different nonfiction topics, favorite publishers, etc., and they will start to populate your home screen with suggestions for you. They'll also, both services, send out regular emails with suggestions. So for ease and quickness of this video, I'm going to use the sidebar links to select something available to read now. So for example, we're going to go up here to find titles. And again, it's very easy to browse. You can find titles, you can browse publishers, you can search by title, author, or ISBN. We're going to go over to find titles, which gets us to this screen here. Now, once again, we've got more wonderful covers to take a look at, most requested books, recently added. Look at all of these categories over here on the left that you can choose from. What we want to do is select something that we can read now. So we're going to click that button. And this is a good opportunity to tell you, when you are first starting out, you have to request most books to download. Once you start voting and the publishers kind of see your name coming up as requests, they can go ahead and give you an auto approval, or what they call whitelisting, where the books will just be there for you to grab off of these services. Not every book is whitelisted though, even for whitelisted users. So just to make this quicker, we're going to go to something that we can read now. And so I'm going to choose, let's see, let's look at this cozy mystery right here. It comes out in February, so that's great. Another chance for me to tell you, we're going to look at the full details of this book. Another chance for me to tell you when are our vote dates, for example. So our vote dates are pre-pub. The due date is the first of the month before a book comes out. So looking at this in particular, this comes out in February of 2024. You would need to place a vote for that by January 1st, 2024. You could download it now and read it, place your vote early, that's just fine. We just don't want you to vote late. So we're gonna click the Read Now button. I did it because the cover looked interesting, nice cozy mystery. We're gonna click Read Now, and that is going to put it, I don't know if you saw that change up there, on my shelf. So now it's in my NetGalley account. You can go ahead and access it on the NetGalley app to read it. You can send it to Kindle to read it. You can download it right to your computer as an EPUB to read it. We're going to pretend that now it's a month later, I've had a chance to read this book, so we're going to give our vote. So that's right over here where it says give feedback. And we're going to choose the different things that we want to let the publisher know that we felt about this book. Yes, I'd recommend it. Yes, my library is likely to purchase this. And here's the big one. Do you nominate this title for the Library Reads list? I wanted to say something here about this. By pressing yes, you consent to your email address being shared with Library Reads. Do not worry. I am not adding you to our anything. I'm not adding it to a user list. I'm not adding you to our subscription for our email newsletters, although I really would like to encourage you to go do that. We don't spam anybody, nothing like that. The reason we need your email address is we need to verify that you work, you say where you work is where you actually work, and we need to have your address to contact you if we choose your annotation. And I'll get to annotations in just a moment. So that's why we need your email address. You can also send a message to NetGalley and request that they allow you to vote but keep your email address private. That's perfectly fine. So here we're going to click yes. You have the option down here to add tags for yourself. You could add notes that get sent directly to the publisher. We do not see that part, no big deal. Send opinions. Now your vote is placed. And it is going to give you a chance to give some title feedback. Now, clearly, we want you to do this, of course. The main thing that we really are looking for here, now hopefully you've already looked at our list, and the thing that you can tell makes our list most special is they are all annotated by public library staff members just like you. This is a book that someone actually read, actually liked, wanted to recommend it to people. It's not just a bestseller list. It's not just a most requested list. It is someone who read it and wants to gush about this book. So if you are so inclined to do that, please do so. Don't be scared. There are tips for writing annotations on our website. We have a video tutorial on writing annotations. It's really quite simple. You also get a chance to give a rating for the book, and then you can send the review on. So that is NetGalley. Over to Edelweiss. Similar to NetGalley, there's several ways to search for books here as well. You can browse publishers, you can look at various catalogs, you can see what other people are reviewing. There's this review copies tab, but one of the things I want to show you first, since you are already part of the Library Reads community, is clicking on this button here that on my tiny screen looks a little bit like a snowflake or an asterisk, but look at that. It's people as community. So here we are. When you sign up for Edelweiss, you have the chance to choose different communities to be in. As you're signing up as a public library staff person, you will automatically be put into the Library Reads community. And then you can choose other communities that you would like to be in. And what you do with that community is completely up to you. You can be active, you don't have to be active, you don't have to share your reviews for anyone. It's just a way for Edelweiss to be able to recommend books in your categories. So we're looking right over here at some options that they're showing us. Here's some new review copies. Here are books that I've gone ahead and downloaded. We've got books that people are buzzing about. So let's take a look really quickly. There are two different ways to vote in Edelweiss. The first one is if you are in this community portion, you can go ahead and we're going to pick something that is coming out more than 3 months out so that we know we have plenty of time to read it and put in a vote for it. So here is a book that comes out in January. So if you were listening before, you will know you need to vote for this book, which comes out January 9th, 2024 by December of 2023, December 1st to be exact. So here is, we've got the book description, etc., etc. Now scrolling down, you can see other people who have voted for it, and we know we haven't voted for it yet because that heart's not filled in and we haven't written anything. So scrolling back up to the top, this here is where you can download. You can also read it now in the Edelweiss Reader app, or you can have it sent to your Kindle. So we're going to pretend that we've downloaded this, we've read it, and now we want to see if we can get it on the Library Reads list. So right over here under Nominate, click on that. Make sure you check that box, and then make sure you hit the Save button. And that is literally all there is to it. So you can write your review right over here. Like I said earlier, we love it when you review. Please, please, please do that. You select a rating right here out of 10. And what's important about this is we do actually often have tiebreakers for the bottom of the list. And we rely on these ratings in order to help us break ties. So go ahead and give it a rating. This is where you would type your review. You can share it with the publisher if you like, similar to NetGalley. We just really want to make sure that that Library Reads community is what is clicked, and then you hit save. So that's if you're in the Library Reads community pages. Now let's say that you've just logged into Edelweiss and here's our home screen. So I'm going to go ahead, look at stuff that's downloadable, look at things that we might want to vote for. Let's take a look at this book right here. Oh, and here's a good thing. You can see I've actually already voted for this one. How can I tell? Because we've got my number review right there, and we've got the little heart that shows that I went ahead and gave it a vote. So let's find something else that perhaps is not out yet and I didn't place a vote for. Let's see here. December. Okay, great. This one comes out December 26th, so I've got until November 1st to download it, read it, and vote for it. And this is how you do all of that from the regular Edelweiss section. You go right over here. We're going to do this here first. Oh, sorry about that. You get the chance to download it right here with this little cloud button there. Same thing, we saw that come up on the earlier book. Now we've got that. You go right over here to this little word bubble here because they want to know your opinion. Click on that. Again, you go ahead and you pick your number rating for the book. Other ratings you can give it. This is where you would write your review. Main thing we want to check again. Click that Library Reads vote box. Again, you can share it with the publisher, you can share it with the community, etc. Hit that save button, and then boom, we can tell here that this is how our vote is in the system and counted. Now, of course, there are many, many ways other things that you can do in NetGalley and Edelweiss. So I would encourage you to spend some time just scoping out how it all works, look at their specific help pages, look at their tutorials, play around with them to figure out the best way that you might want to use them. And we know that you're going to have more questions, especially if you are a new user or you're not sure about it. Best thing to do is to head back to our website. Again, under that Participate tab, we've got all kinds of information, including those screenshots as a refresher from Edelweiss and NetGalley. You can check out under our About tab, we've got our frequently asked questions. We've got a look at our LibraryReads board, kind of what we do. We've got a whole page here on our mission statement. Our annual report is linked there, some of our partners, and you can always contact us. I'm available at any time, happy to walk people through our process, happy to answer any questions. You can email me right there at info@libraryreads.org. So thanks for being a Library Reads participant, and happy reading.